Hi. So I would like to take this opportunity to show you around the resources that we have for Kipina franchisees. And this is a resource library that we have online. It's continuously updated. It always has the latest versions of the documents or the marketing material or things like that that we're using. And it's very simple to use. If you've ever used a Mac, a PC, any kind of folder system, this will be a breeze to you. All you have to do is log in. You can log in from your phone, a tablet, or from any computer. Once you're in, you look at our collections over here. Let's have a look at what we have. So you can see briefly there's a little grid version here of many of the resources. You can have a look around that, photos and elements. And up here we can go to a list view if we want to do a list view. Personally, I prefer to navigate with a grid because I'm a visual kind of learner. So if you're a franchisee and let's say you're thinking about doing some social media marketing and you would like some help with that, you just simply go in here. You'll see some general marketing here. You'll see social media marketing here. So let's click and have a look. And you'll see we have different kinds of marketing throughout here. If we go to message marketing, for example, you'll always see that there are elements in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, because in social media, most of these have different size elements for material that you're going to post and content that you're going to share. And the worst thing you can see is when people start to squeeze these things or downsize them to try and make them fit. So for us, everything has been created exactly the right size that it needs to be. So if you wanted to have something for your Facebook, you could go here, you just click on any of these, download it, and you can use it immediately. It's exactly the right resolution. If you needed the Instagram version, you would just go to Instagram. They're slightly different size. You would click on that, take it to your Instagram, and you instantly get material. Now, the joy of this, of course, is that you don't actually have to create it. And even more importantly, you don't have to pay a graphic designer to do it. You don't have to pay a marketing agency to do it. We have all these resources and they work, and all you have to do is log in and use them. So if you were, we have also for different terms of the year, depending on the intake for registrations, we have particular marketing for that. So if it was September term and you needed covers for your Facebook page, you would just choose them here, simply select any one of them, download it. It's exactly the right dimensions and size for your Facebook. If you need it for your Twitter, it's going to be a different size. You select it, everything has been adjusted already for you. So, and there's other material that we keep adding, and this is a live environment. And if we find that any other franchisee creates content that we think is really useful, then we'll share it here with you as well. But of course, it's more than just marketing and more than social media marketing. If you, for example, want to get into some of the materials that you need to run a nursery, well, you're going to find it here as well. Look, one of the reasons that people buy a franchise is because they don't want to have to reinvent the wheel. They don't want to have to spend 2 or even 4 years operating a small business trying to figure out what to do and basically learning by trial and error. So when you get a franchise, you short circuit that completely. And you also get the kind of expertise that covers things that you may never even think about. So if we click on the forms, you will see that we have PDF versions and we have Word versions. If we change the view here to a list, let's have a look here. You'll see that there is a form here for parents to sign for consent for pain relief. Perhaps your nurse or a teacher needs to give a child some painkiller for a toothache or something like that. You should have a form signed by a parent authorizing you to do so because it limits your liability. So these are available in Word and in PDF. The Word version you can edit with the name of your specific company, however it is registered legally in your country. But if we click on that and have a look, you'll see this is the consent, this is the PDF version, and here it is. All you do is print it, have your parents sign it, and this is one of probably 25 different forms we have to cover the general operations of your nursery. And we keep adding to those and updating those according to legal requirements. If you, for example, when you start a nursery, there are a lot of things to think about. Emergency plans, fire safety. What happens if somebody is aggressive in the nursery? How do you handle these things? It's hard to think about that when you're running around trying to open a nursery and find a property and hire staff. Well, the good news is, of course, that we've already planned all this for you. We have the PDF, we have the Word version. All you do is click on it, This is going to take a second to download because it's a big file. And all of this is live. It's in real time. It's in the cloud, and it's completely updated. You can access it easily. So here we have the emergency management plan, and it's substantial. You can see it covers everything from storage of materials to emergency control, drills and training, staff and child, accounting for them and releasing them, making sure they're safe, assessment of potential emergencies. We guide you through all this. You don't have to think about it. Your staff don't need to have prior experience, simply because we take it from our own experience of nurseries, which is really quite substantial. The same goes for things like employee handbooks. You can simply go over here. You'll see this is the Word version. This is the PDF, the reference guide. You can always edit the Word version, and if you make a mistake and you need to come back, you just go back to the PDF version, which is locked, so you know what you need to change. Things you may not think about immediately: policies on drugs, policies on smoking, punctuality, policy on bereavement leave, payroll mistakes, policy on the use of phones and emails and software and headsets. For example, I'm wearing a headset right now for this presentation. It may not be appropriate for your staff to be wearing headsets. So, rather than have to think about it and deal with it afterwards, you can simply reference it here. I'm not saying, by the way, that you have to do all these things. What we're saying is simply that if you wish to come to a solution because you've thought about something, the chances are we've already addressed it and it's in these documents, so you don't have to be searching online or ringing advisors or accountants or lawyers trying to get advice from them. Every nursery, of course, is required to have a policies and procedures handbook, and in this case, we have it here. This is a very substantial document. Again, it covers everything just in case. You don't have to implement it exactly like this, but if there is a question, I'm pretty sure we will have the answer for you. Whether it's transport, food, supplies, emergency closings, meals and snacks, classroom pets, tuition, enrollment forms, arrival procedures, medical history. We've pretty much thought about everything, and as a result, I guess your life will be a little bit more relaxing than ours was when we had to do this over the last 5 years. Again, in another section here, we will have classroom resource lists for you. We will have job descriptions, which can be very helpful. If you want to hire somebody and you're trying to think, what are the qualities that I need in this person? Yeah, you don't have to think about it too much because, again, it's already here. So that is a very quick overview of some of the resources that we have. It's not all the resources. It does not include the parent app, the teacher app, the management software for the school itself, which I'm going to show you at a different time. And it doesn't include the academic program, which has also been digitized completely and is very easy to access. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can see that we've put a lot of thought into this. Whether or not you're ever going to be a franchisee of Kipina, it doesn't matter. I hope that this gives you at least grounds for thought, and when you're setting up your own nursery, you can reference this. Thanks a lot.